And what you mentioned about the husband and wife, I think it is a great example that tells us exactly how words can be used against you, right? You never know how it will be used against you. So, this is something that you have to be very mindful of. Another huge reason why you should be mindful of the words you use. And then
Yes.
you said that we need to empower them, we need to support them, show them that they are somebody capable enough. So to do this, there's a beautiful element that speakers, coaches, teachers, trainers use all over the world, which is this beautiful uh, element of storytelling. So can you tell us a little bit about how this storytelling kind of brings together the individual and the team, or how it forms a connection between individuals?
So the easiest example that I can give is in my coaching programs. Like I have a group coaching program, which is the Dua program. So let me give an example from like last 2 weeks that I had conversations. So there was this one client who, a coaching client who came to me for the session. She came to me for the session. Okay, she was going through a divorce, and she came to me for the session. So she told me that I was listening carefully to the story that you told about your life. So basically, I'm somebody who has like two divorces, gone through several challenges, gone through the depression, and gone through everything. Like somebody can tell from the like under the sky this problem I had. I'm kind of person who has gone through majority of the things. So when I tell them my story, my personal story, what happens is this person gets that belief. Okay, if she did, I also can do. And I would say it's not only in this kind of relationship that things happen. Now, let me give an example from as a coach and speaker. Now, Tony Robbins, he is one of the leading leaders in the coaching, speaking, and training industry. He would also tell about his story where like he was a poor boy. Now, as a poor boy, somebody, he says the story about somebody gave him something in the Thanksgiving. Basically, the Thanksgiving event, like some food or like clothing elements. And he now, like he is almost, I think, 60, above 60 now as the speaker. But he still talks about that experience where somebody extended their hand to him, and that impact that person created for him is the reason that keeps him going till today. So when as a speaker or as a coach, as a trainer, we encounter challenges every day. Like I encounter them every day as well. So whenever I encounter them, we will always look for somebody who is an example from like these people who we follow. And then we will use that like that example, and we'll say, okay, if that person handled that situation in the difficult situation, I also can do. Now, for me, I would just give a conversation. I often the story I often tell. So I was going through depression, and I was also going through my second divorce. During this depressive moment, my one of my friends, she told me that she is reciting this dua. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. Basically, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can only relieve us from our challenges situation. That was when she said that she is getting relief from her problem, because like she is asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with this dua. The immediate thought that I got was I had a connection with Quran. So Surah Al-Luha, where it says Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not leave Prophet Muhammad when he was an orphan. So I took care of you when you were an orphan. Do you think that I will leave you today? It hit me hard with this verse. When Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was an orphan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took care of him. So I am also a human being. Why not me? And that was the strength I needed. That was the hope that I needed. And I held on to that surah. And I kept on reciting that surah, believing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give me. Now, when I tell this story, anybody in my audience who is going through the challenge will immediately, it might not be my story that they get connected. Like I got connected when my friend told me in the hadith, like another dua, I got connected to this verse. Some of my audience, they say, okay, I got connected with the verse from Surah Yusuf. Or another person would say, I got connected with Surah Al-Fatiha. Another person would say, I got connected with Surah Rahman, this verse in Surah Rahman, and then people will extend it. So basically, the role that storytelling plays is, it actually, the sharing experience helps them like to give a perspective for somebody, and it also creates that empathy and understanding, and it helps people to draw a lesson. And the other thing is the common ground that it creates. Now, when I tell somebody that I was going through depression, when I tell someone that I was going through a divorce, immediately the person that is going through this scenario will think, oh, this is my story. She is exactly talking whatever I am going through. And that common ground automatically, it like, what would I say? It builds that connection. And because of that connection, we like that, that a means to connect is established. The other thing is the transmission, it happens. So like the values, the beliefs that we have, it is transmitted. Now, currently I'm working on my book, and one element that I use, so the concept is the nourish mindset, and one element I'm using is the power of a seed, like a thought. So this seed, anybody who can relate to this seed can immediately connect to the values and the beliefs, and also it will inspire somebody, okay, let me also try this seed, let me also think from this perspective. So immediately that emotional connection is established as well.